Hey family vloggers, you gotta pay your kids, and if you're not, there's a new Utah law that's going to make sure you do. And I have a feeling we may see more states follow suit. Let's get into it. Utah has passed a new law that will add protections for child actors or child influencers. It's essentially providing financial protection for any children that are featured in any monetized online video content and in film. So this will have a big impact on the YouTube and creator community all over social media. In a moment, I'm going to get to what this new law requires of parents. But first, I think we need a little history lesson to set this up. With the rise of YouTube came the rise of the family vlogger. Loving families everywhere let the world into their lives to follow along with the growth of their family, including their kids. So welcoming, so sweet, so innocent, displaying the perfect family image online for all to see. Time goes on and these families are making thousands, if not millions of dollars by sharing their family and kids online, all adjusting to the whirlwind of growth that was happening on YouTube. Fun fact, there's a big community of family vloggers and just social media influencers as a whole in Utah. I'm not going to name names. If they want to tell you where they live, they can themselves. Don't be weird. But one family in particular that we know is from Utah has gained massive media attention over the past couple of years. And that is the YouTube family 8 Passengers. Yes, the family of Ruby Franke. 8 Passengers started out as any other typical YouTube family, displaying the perfect family image for all to see, raking in huge amounts of money with their YouTube videos. Sound familiar? And the kids were the main characters in the content. Now with the positives also came the negatives. The Frankes did face their fair share of backlash over time, but things took a dark turn in 2023 when Ruby Franke was arrested for child abuse, alongside her business partner and therapist, Jody Hildebrand. Now listen, this is a terrible and twisted story, and I don't want this to be a 3-hour video, so if you want to learn more about the story of Ruby Franke, there is a docuseries on Hulu and plenty of news stories about it that you can look into if you're more interested. But this context is important because while this may be an extreme version and just what happened with one particular family vlogger, it is one of the main reasons that this issue got put into the spotlight for the Utah Legislature, because it poses an important question. What do the kids get out of this? Okay, are we caught up yet? Almost. Fast forward to the fall of 2024, about a year after Ruby Franke's arrest, Ruby Franke's daughter speaks out to the Utah Legislature asking for a crackdown on family vloggers.
My name is Shari Franke. I don't come today as the daughter of a felon, nor as a victim of an abnormally abusive mother. I come today as a victim of family vlogging. The difference between family vlogging and a normal business, however, is that all the children are employees. There is no guarantee that children will get paid. Any payment that does happen is under the table with no paper trail. And how do we determine how much a child should make from appearing in family content? What price is worth giving up your childhood? There is no such thing as a moral or ethical family vlogger.
A few months later, January 2025, the Utah legislative session begins and a proposal titled Child Actor Regulations is unveiled by Representative Doug Owens. And here we are today. The bill passes and Utah Governor Spencer Cox signs it into law on March 25th, 2025. So what does the bill do? This bill sets up a process for children to be compensated if they are included in monetized social media content. So, as I said, you gotta pay your kids. But does this apply to anyone making a few dollars and cents in online video content where maybe you happen to show a quick clip of little Johnny in one of your videos? Not necessarily. Parents are required to pay their kids if the child has been in at least 30% of the content and are making $20,000 a year. The parents themselves have to be clearing $150,000 a year after expenses. I'm referencing some of this information from an article in the Deseret News, which is a local newspaper in Salt Lake City, as well as directly from the bill text. I also currently work as a producer at KSL News Radio in Salt Lake City, so I've been following this legislation fairly closely. Now, if a child hits those requirements, the parent or guardian must establish a trust for the child/employee to get the money. So this bill essentially determines your children are your employees to the online business you're running, and they need to be compensated for it. One other element to the legislation would make it so children after they turn 18 can request to have content they are featured in taken down if they aren't happy with it. And if you don't like that, your kid could take you to court. So next time you decide to film your kid doing something that may be a bit embarrassing to them, think twice before you decide to put it online, if that's not already something you're doing. This bill goes into effect in the state of Utah on May 7th, 2025. As mentioned, this bill isn't just for family vloggers. This provides protections for child actors who work in traditional media, such as film, television, commercials, all that jazz. Utah is also a big place for film. Well, it was. Film is still big in the state, and this legislation brings different requirements for different situations. So I've linked the actual Utah legislation in the description if you want to get more into the fine print and nitty-gritty of it all. That's there for you. Now, with all of this information I just threw at you, what do you think about it? As someone who grew up watching family vlogs on a daily basis, I find this to be such an interesting thing to witness. Just how things have escalated in the world of YouTube and the child influencer. It started off so innocent for so many, specifically with family vlogs. I would watch these families I had never met live their lives every single day. Heck, I felt like I was a part of the family, and I don't think anyone really knew the power that could come from this crazy thing called YouTube at the time that it all began. But I am happy to see some financial protections coming for kids featured in online content, now that we do know about the power and the money that can come from online video. So, do the kids deserve to be paid as required by the state, or should parents get to decide? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you liked this video or found it helpful in any way, make sure to hit the thumbs up to let me know and subscribe to the channel as I follow news that impacts content creators and stay up to date with the latest trends in video and social media. That's all I've got today, folks. See you around. Happy vlogging. Thomas is ready for me to be done.